Hello, it is I. Our Forza Horizon 5 has a pretty diverse car list full of supercars, JDM legends, off-roaders and classic cars, which is very nice. And with Forza being Forza, we're of course going to see this list expand with additional cars. Now there are a lot of new cars which have been leaked which will definitely be seen in the future, but this video is just me predicting brand new cars that we'll probably see in the franchise. So take these all with a pinch of salt, none of these are confirmed, these are all just predictions. Now before we get into this video, oh sorry about that, I think I'm just sick of you guys not pressing the like button. I know, I'm running out of lines, man. Shut up, man. 4,000 likes here and you'll see the fattest penguin hitting a nasty dab. And seeing as over half you guys watching have not subscribed, subscribe as well. We're just a couple hundred subscribers away from 200k, we are so close, so help a brother out. Thank you very much, and now let's get into this video.
Let's keep it real, if money talks.
Now a lot of modern cars tend to be boring, predictable and uniform, but Lexus are the polar opposite, especially with their LC500. A 5-litre naturally aspirated V8, let me say that again, a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 engine in a modern sports car. Are you dumb? On top of having a glorious engine, it's also beautifully styled with futuristic sweeping lines, unique headlights, an interesting wheel design and a stunning interior. This literally looks like a concept car come to life, it's amazing. And seeing as Forza now have the rights to feature Lexus and Toyota into Horizon 5, I reckon there's a pretty good chance we'll be seeing the LC500 added into the franchise. And I really hope we do, because I'd love to drive this car around Horizon Mexico, it's so beautiful.
5'3" when she's in heels. I mean, I just see fence and
in Forza Horizon 5, we have so many homologation spec cars, like the Subaru Impreza 22B, Mercedes CLK GTR, Lancia Delta Integrale, Nissan R390, Audi Sport Quattro, Ford RS200, M3 GTR, 911 GT1, Lancia 037, there are so many to name. So why not add one more to the mix like the Toyota Yaris GR? The GR Yaris is an all-wheel drive 3-door wide-body 257 brake horsepower pocket rocket, which according to a lot of journalists drives like nothing else on the road. It's also very lovable, seeing as it's so tiny yet so unexpectedly powerful. Heh, that's what she said. No she didn't. Anyways, with the sheer amount of people who have been begging for the GR Yaris to make an appearance into the game, I am very certain that the developers will listen to the community and add this car into the franchise sometime very soon.
let's keep it facts. If money talks.
Now, the GMC Hummer EV is, well, the name's pretty self-explanatory. It's an electric Hummer made by GMC, which is very capable of going off-road and very quick too. Seeing as this 4.5-ton truck could go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Yeah, that's some crazy numbers, you know. And also the only ever Hummer we've seen in the Forza franchise is the H1. No H2s and no H3s. So it will be pretty interesting to have a modern Hummer in a Forza game for once. And in an open world racing game with a lot of off-roading emphasis, I genuinely reckon that we will be seeing this GMC Hummer EV make an appearance into Forza Horizon 5.
She wanna leave with the kid. Like my cases, I'm beating it quick.
The F8 is Ferrari's successor to the Ferrari 488, and it was essentially just a pista but in a slightly more tame shell. Now you might be thinking that this is a brand new car, which it somewhat is, but despite that, it's already been seen in Real Racing 3. Yep, this brand new 1-year-old Ferrari is seen in a mobile racing game, but not in Forza. The latest mid-engine V8 standard Ferrari in the Forza franchise is the 488 GTB, which was introduced into the franchise 6 years ago in 2015, with the release of Forza Motorsport 6. That's a long time ago. And ever since then, we received a pista in Horizon 4, and that was it. No more mid-engine V8 Ferraris. So I feel like there's a very high chance we will be seeing the F8 make an appearance in Horizon 5, especially if other racing game franchises are getting them in their games already. Whether we get the F8 Tributo Coupe or the F8 Spider Convertible, I have no idea, but I really hope you see the Spider variant, because come on, it's a convertible, man. They're so much better than the coupes.
Free blacks, they handed them time. Like my Audi, will handle it.
Okay, now this is a very controversial one. I know a lot of people don't like this car because of its rather long grille, but something tells me that we'll definitely be seeing the M3 sometime soon in this game, seeing as the latest BMW we have in the game right now is the F90 M5. Yep, an F chassis BMW. In fact, we don't have any G chassis BMW in the game yet. No G15 8 Series, no G22 M4, and of course no G30 M3. So I reckon if we do see a G chassis BMW make an introduction into the Forza franchise, it'll most likely be the brand new BMW M3. Now yes, there is the possibility that we will see the new M4 instead of the new M3, but we already have an M4 and an M4 GTS in the game. But the latest M3 we have in the game is the E92, which is a very old boy. And we're still yet to see a 4-door M3 in the franchise, seeing as we never got the F30 M3. So it'd be super cool to see Forza Horizon 5 receive its first ever 4-door M3 into the game, because regardless of how big and ugly you think the front grille is, you cannot deny that this is a very cool car. It's a very fast car too.
You know what's funny to me? 300 rats ain't no money to me.
The Lotus Emira is the successor to the Elise, the Exige and the Evora, powered by either a Toyota 3.5-litre V6 producing 394 brake horsepower, or a 2-litre AMG engine producing 355 brake horsepower, which is not too shabby for a 2-litre. It's also a very futuristic looking pretty car as well, and with how outdated cars like the Elise, the Exige and the Evora are, I reckon the developers will freshen up the Lotus fleet of cars in Horizon 5 and introduce the Emira into the franchise sometime in the near future.
No, I don't dance, I money walk. Whipping up with the money.
Now, the Toyota GR86, otherwise known as the new Subaru BRZ, is the brand new successor to the Toyota GT86, or the Subaru BRZ if you're American. Now, we do already have a GT86 and a BRZ in the game, but let's be honest, they're getting a little bit outdated now. Those cars were introduced into the franchise back in 2013, with the release of Forza Motorsport 5, which was a very long time ago. That was the start of the Xbox One. And despite those cars in real life receiving facelifts, we never saw any form of that in the following games. So I'm suspecting that after a whole 8 years, we'll definitely be seeing the new variant of the Toyota GT86/Subaru BRZ make an appearance into Forza Horizon 5. Okay, I know. The Mustang Mach is a very ugly car, which is electric and doesn't deserve the Mustang nameplate and its iconic taillights. But in a world where EVs are taking over and SUVs are the new coupes, the Mustang Mach just makes sense, as much as I hate to admit it. Especially in an open world racing game like Forza Horizon 5. I mean, to make the most out of a Forza Horizon game, you need an off-roading car of which you can explore the game's true beauty. So what better car to do it in than a torquey electric muscle car which isn't exactly a muscle car? Okay, look, I'm not a fan of this car either, and I'd rather the developers forget about it, but with racing variants of the Mach and the fact that it's a sports utility vehicle, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it makes its way into Forza Horizon 5. Look, I don't want it either, but I reckon it would make it into the game, okay? I'm sorry.
Spooky bando,
now this is a very surprising one, as I'd have expected the Gemera to be in the game already. I mean, it's a 1700 brake horsepower, 4-seater, 1.8-ton hypercar, which could hit 249 miles per hour. Tell a 10-year-old kid about this car and they'd be begging to drive it in a video game. On top of that, this car is powered by a 2-litre, 3-cylinder, twin-turbocharged engine paired with 3 electric motors, which produces a very unique sound. And with the fantastic updated car sounds in Forza Horizon 5, it would be very surprising to hear what this sounds like in a game. Now, you could argue that the Gemera is still a bit of a concept car and it would be near impossible to replicate it into a game, but the doors open, you can sit inside it has an engine, and of course you can drive it. In fact, the Crew 2 received the Gemera 6 months ago, yet in Forza Horizon 5, it is nowhere to be seen. So I'm very confident, 99% sure, that we will definitely be seeing the Gemera added into the franchise sometime very soon, because if Forza Horizon 5 has the CC8S, CCGT, 1-to-1, Regera RS and a Yesco, it's absolutely criminal to leave out the Gemera from that list. Okay, now in all my previous cars we'll probably see in Forza Horizon 5 videos, I've always mentioned the 400Z, or the Nissan Z as it's otherwise known. And with how much the developers and directors listen to the community nowadays, by adding very highly requested cars we've been begging to have, especially the JDM ones, I definitely feel like we'll be seeing the Nissan Z make an appearance into the franchise sometime very soon. Now, I feel like the reason it's not in the game yet is because it's not properly into the production phase, so it would be very hard for the developers to get a hold of them and scan them into the game. But when production does start on these cars, I'm 100% sure, yep, 100% sure, that we'll definitely be seeing the new Nissan Z added into Forza Horizon 5. Mark my words, sometime next year, just watch. And that's the end of the video. Hope you lot did enjoy. If you did not enjoy this video, that's a bit sad. If you want to see more videos like this one, then make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. We are trying to hit 200k by the end of this year. We are so close, and any help would be much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Stay safe, stay inside. Until next time, cheers.
My dinero's what I'm out to get. Sombrero, I get hat and then I'm out again. Got an A1 Chica with a drive like a 3-litre. That's what she needs D4, like the outfit.